listening to the Charles Houser.
You're listening to the Chart Talkers music loving podcast. We rank things and stuff. Hey, listen, it's season 5. We've had a great old time ranking the albums of Coldplay. It's been me, Evan Sadi. It's been co-host Taryn O'Reilly. It has been special guest Mitchell Harvick. Find him on the internet at Mitchcast to learn more about his pop music aficionado-isms. And most importantly, though, we are going to talk about Coldplay. It's the Happy Hour Minisode. It's free for all. We can kind of do whatever the heck we want to talk about, but there's one thing we talk about at the start of every Happy Hour Minisode, which is, guys, what is the worst Coldplay song?
Fix You?
Wow. Controversial yet brave.
I never liked that song.
I never liked that song.
I mean, it kind of kicks in at the end.
Yes, I think the fast part saves it.
Yeah, but really, I honestly never understood
generational
why
anthem.
people really. I mean, it's
tears stream.
I mean,
down your
we talked about
face.
this with the stadium. They like when people like Millennial Woe, having everyone sing along. It's the perfect one to do that. There are better songs for them to do that with, but I really hate Fix You.
Wow.
Even at the beginning, it was the song that I skipped.
I personally would probably, maybe shockingly, I would go with Fun off of fucking Handful of Dreams, because it's just
that's the Tove Lo one, right?
Yeah.
The Tove Lo one. Yeah. I don't blame you for that. It's not, I don't hate it quite that much.
It's not Everglow.
Yeah, my worst is Everglow, probably, also off of Head Full of Dreams.
Jeez, I wonder why we ranked it so fucking
Now,
low.
which one? I don't know which one's, honestly, which one's Everglow.
It's just, it's a ballad.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, so not only is it, first of all, that intro, that piano hook, whatever, that they're trying to pull the song together with, and it's the vocal melody, too.
Yeah.
I've heard it before. I couldn't tell you where, but it sounds like a bad song that I've heard before. And this is also one of the songs, one of the most egregious examples of him scream singing. When I go, and that when he goes, it's rough. It is
Okay,
rough.
yeah, I hate this song too. Because I might listen to albums, I'm not always looking at the track list to know what it is.
Sure,
it all just
for sure.
flows. So that's why I have to do that.
So I sang it for you, and you're oh right.
That one is it's so pedestrian.
It's really right, and that's the thing. Also, on this this is your big happy pop record, and your third song is that piece of turd. It's rough. It's rough.
Well,
also, though, I think X Marks the Spot. Mm-hmm. Also, off of Head Full of Dreams is a contender.
Boom, boom.
That's right. Yeah. Oh my god. Speaking of bad lyrics,
which he then does on Orphans again.
For some reason, it seemed less egregious there.
I know.
Maybe because Orphans is just a better song.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah.
But it is better.
It is. It's true.
Yeah.
We can say that about so many Coldplay songs. But hey, listen, they've obviously been through a lot of different things. You've seen them do a lot of different iterations. I think we need to talk about some of Chris Martin's collabos. I think is probably worthwhile. Mm-hmm. Before he decided to consciously uncouple from quality songwriting. I feel I think, obviously, first off, there's, of course, his Jay-Z collaboration, which I can't recall at the top of my head, but most importantly, Homecoming off of Graduation.
I remember hearing that and be like, who is that? Who is singing? I know that voice. I know, and then I was like, wait, what? It came, I really like him vocally. I think he's sometimes it can be a stretch. But he has it's different from other people. I don't know, it's very distinctive.
Yeah.
And he doesn't it's not an annoying tenor kind of thing always hear.
He sounds the best when he sticks to his power baritone range.
So you don't really hear a lot of baritone, and so I think when you kind of get that,
it's nice.
I actually think that's Honestly, the Kanye song is one of the vocally
he's like
the best.
coming home again.
Yeah,
that's
sounds
low.
so good.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
low.
Yeah, and it complements the song extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
I also found out today we were doing some research too. He had written for Nelly Furtado.
Oh!
Yeah, All Good Things Come to the End off of Loose. It's one of the album tracks. But I absolutely, as soon as I was like, oh, of course he did. He also did a song for Dua Lipa's debut album, which I'm blanking on the name of.
Right, I thought it also had Home or Midnight or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, he did another one off of her debut.
It's a ballad.
Yeah.
It's a piano ballad, but he does harmony vocals, and their vocal timbers work really well together.
Ooh.
They sound really good together, and that's also one. Now that I am an even bigger fan of Dua Lipa, and I would call myself a Coldplay fan at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good find.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and of course, let's not forget Something Just Like This with the Chainsmokers, of course.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. Here's what I will say about Something Just Like This. Are the Chainsmokers awful?
Yes.
Objectively.
Is this one of Chris Martin's worst lyrical outings? Yes.
Achilles and his gold.
Well, because it's like
I didn't realize he wrote it. I thought
he says
Achilles.
and
his
his
famous thing
gold.
for.
I thought Chainsmokers wrote it, so.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure Chris Martin, because he also wrote his own lyrics for the Avicii song
Well,
too,
because
Heaven, that he did.
it's not featuring Coldplay. It's
Featuring
Chainsmokers and Coldplay.
Oh, and Cole.
Yeah.
So this was a team effort, which is also why the best part of Something Just Like This is at the end when the bam 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 is happening, but then Johnny Buckland comes in and is playing guitar over it, and then I'm like, okay, this is like that's great.
Yeah.
But it also has like some of his dumbest lyrics and like.
I feel like when you're working with the Chainsmokers, they're not going to get the best out of you.
Well, sure. But it's also, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's
all
a gimme
be
gimme.
roses.
I completely understand why it was a hit.
Yeah.
It's the most easy, accessible.
Right.
It has the drop.
It was Sky Full of Stars Part 2.
Basically. I mean, at that point, and the thing is, the fact that they are still relevant. I mean, honestly, same thing happened with Bastille when they did their fucking Marshmallow song "Happier."
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then they went to number 2 in the U.S. with that, which still blows my goddamn mind.
Makes me happy because I love Bastille.
I know. I interviewed Bastille. Terrence stepped on Dan Smith's foot when we did that.
You have to mention that every time.
It's a funny story, but they were also very super nice.
No, they were
too.
really nice.
It was also just weird. It was one of those things where, like, I've had a career of interviewing people. It's still always weird every time. Like, yeah, come to this VIP area, come to this place, and hang out with the people, and get. I don't know. It's just always so weird.
It's a weird thing.
It's a weird.
Humble brag. But anyways, let's keep going.
Hey, our next episode may or may not be Ben Folds, and I interviewed him backstage too, and he was he told me about the time he was the #1 trending thing on Google. But we're not talking about Ben Folds. That's next
No,
week.
we're talking about Coldplay.
Let's also talk about like B-sides and that sort of thing because they have a couple really good ones. I first want to mention Atlas off of I forget which one.
One of the Hunger Games soundtracks.
I think it might have been Catching Fire.
I think that's what it is.
But really solid song. Could have easily been on one of their albums. Kind of surprised it wasn't.
Yeah.
Frankly, because it came out. Well, I guess it came out in 2013, and it doesn't really fit on Ghost Stories.
Right.
Or Head Full of Dreams.
Maybe one that fell off of Milo.
That's actually it. Might have been a Milo cut for sure. But they also early career, like especially for Rush of Blood and X and Y, every single single had 2 B-sides. So there's like a lot of
really good ones.
Right.
I Am Bloom, One I Love,
there's one called I think it's Rainy Day. Yes.
Yeah. That's off of Process for March, right?
Oh yes, it's off of Prospect March. Yeah, that one's really good. I also really like
Lost remix with Jay-Z.
Yeah, less so. Now My Feet Won't Touch the Ground.
Okay, yeah.
Which is, I think, the off of Clocks.
I think you're right.
And then the Talk EP also has a couple
surprisingly
like
decent
both
songs.
of those songs are like really solid, and
you're like, why weren't they
I'm
on
like
X and Y?
literally one of them is called. No, I'm blinking on that too. It's like Sunbeam or something like that. But that one's also really solid.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention, we sort of skipped over this, but I really like off of Everyday Life, the intro, Sunrise. Just that violin.
That's it. That's why the whole album is a vibe.
Right. Also, fun fact about that, they've been using the same violinist to do all of their string arrangements since Viva La Vida.
Oh,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I feel like that is something Coldplay would very much do. They're like,
oh, we like you, we'll keep you around.
And then honestly, I really enjoyed watching the documentary about them. Like I feel like again we feel like
let's talk about that,
because I feel like we as a collective is like a world, whatever. Their view on Coldplay is kind of like
the Chris
like
Martin show.
or there's like a methness to it.
Totally.
Yeah. And so watching it, like I love seeing the creative process. I love seeing because we thought it was like Chris Martin show, but really this is the band
it's
like writing together.
Democracy. Well, and that's Chris Martin has talked about on early records. He sort of usually would bring the beginnings of a song to the band, and then they would help flesh it out together. And then starting with Ghost Stories, there was a lot more of guy would come in with a bass riff, or obviously we know Adventure of a Lifetime had Full of Dreams that started as Johnny Buckland on figuring out a riff on his guitar.
Or wasn't it like how he came with, like, they were working on Adventure of a Lifetime and it wasn't quite working, and then he came in with it and it was like, there it is.
But it was slower, and then they're just like, no, speed it up.
Double time it.
And they're like, boom, that's what we were looking for. That's what the song needed. And I think that's so interesting because, again, we think because he is like the pretty boy, like he's the lead singer, so he's the one in the magazine covers, and so we always think it's him. But I just love really kind of seeing the humbleness of actually the whole group. They're all these like really passive like personalities
totally.
who are working together and creating this, and it's also just four of them making this huge music, such huge sound. So it was really kind of cool to see their process and how they put the set list, not the set list, but like the album
Right.
tracks.
That means they also all voted to include Everglow, which is kind of unforgivable in my end. But also, as was pointed out, there's another thing. One of his biggest inspirations, of course, is Bono from U2, not only for his musical works, but also for his philanthropic efforts as well. And to the point where, Chris wants to do that, like 10% of everything he writes is always going to a charity of some sort, regardless. But it's also to the point where he imitates Bono so much that he apparently has earned the next name of Chrono, because it's Chris Martin Bono. And I'm just like, that is the shittiest nickname
Is this real?
I have ever.
It's a quote from Wikipedia.
So we can only take it
didn't
so
check
far.
the source.
Right.
However,
I believe it.
I think they're famous enough that the mods probably check their articles.
Also, apparently Milo Xyloto has a story.
Yeah. Milo Xyloto has a 6-part comic book series that accompanies it, following Milo, who is a silencer, and Xyloto, who's a sparker. And sound and color are both illegal according to major minus, the evil
and I'm just
and the government agency, I forget what it's called, but it stands for CALM. It's like chromatic and acoustic level management. And so there's this whole story that apparently goes on with Milo Xyloto that literally you listen to it and you're like, no.
Where did this come from?
I don't get that shit. Yeah.
I didn't get any of that. I didn't realize we were telling like a post-apocalyptic story. Oh, also the worst part is Milo discovers his power by touching some magic graffiti.
Oh, right.
And that's why all of the album art is all graffiti.
That makes me so sad. And as you know, every teardrop is a waterfall. And of course, he found the riff for that after watching that same song being used at the end of the Inarritu film Beautiful with Javier Bardem. Because he watched that, it's just like, oh, that'll be a great song.
Really?
Yeah, that's how he found the sample that they used the basis for the riff of Every Teardrop is a Waterfall.
Oh, wow!
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, they pull shit from all over the place. But let's also talk about, of course, speaking of unforgivable sins, their Super Bowl halftime show.
I don't think it's unforgivable sin.
I think watching it today, I did not. It was better than I recall. However, I think that as the nicest men in rock, I think that they it was a mistake to allow themselves to be shown up so hard at their own Super Bowl. Like, I understand why they did it. It was the 50th year. They were celebrating past shows, so they brought back 2 very successful ones of Beyonce and Bruno Mars. But they are both they're both dancers who had backup dancers. And when you're Coldplay, no matter what beautiful rainbow spectacle you're bringing, you aren't that, and you aren't going to be able to stand up to that. And I especially because we all commented, he sounded so out of breath the whole time because he just wouldn't stop fucking jumping. Like he literally couldn't even sing some of the words. It was like, and then you get Beyonce up there who is
vocals.
Like full on bringing it and producing sound perfectly. You know.
I guess for me, I think the producers knew what they had with Coldplay.
Mm-hmm.
Coldplay, as we see, they are good in a stadium, and I feel like with the songs with their collection of songs they could like play for amping up an audience is not as large. So I think, and again, having it be the 50th, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the best. I just remember when I was the day I was watching it, I guess, because I am literally one of my divas is Beyonce, so to have her come back and do this, and literally once Formation started, I was losing my shit.
Well, right.
And it's literally flawless. So, I don't know. And then together at the end, I felt really worked. So I just think it's a solid halftime. There's so much worse out there, halftime show-wise. I thought they did their songs that we all knew and sang along to. It was very much a Coldplay.
The thing that was weird about it to me, though, was, okay, so Coldplay's your halftime show, but we only actually end up hearing 4 Coldplay songs.
Yeah.
Like, that was very strange to me.
That's true.
I feel like, but they were preaching a theme of unity, as in we got to get together right now. And also at the very end, I'm sure you saw everyone in the stand turning their signs over to spell out "Believe in Love." I didn't believe in it prior, but then when I saw that the halftime show, I'm just like, they got a point.
And so that's why you ended up getting married?
Yeah.
Because of the Coldplay?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't believe in the love
because
for
you weren't. So you opened your heart up, and then he came into your life.
To get together
right
now.
I, because every teardrop is a waterfall. And, I was having some trouble keeping my feet on the ground. Yeah. So...
Exactly. Also, he looked like a bird, so I feel like that just kind of...
And you saw him up and up in the sky.
Right. Yeah.
Either way,
up with the birds.
Yeah.
Birds.
Sky, stars.
Sky full of stars.
Hearts.
Midnight.
Oh my god, he might listen to it and I don't really care. Let me just tell you, the first time I ever DJ'd a wedding, it was for this one very, very nice guy who was heavy into EDM, and his wife was very much not into EDM.
Ooh, that's hard to put this together.
I had listened, and so for the actual, list itself, we went through a lot of songs, I live mixtaped, I mixing things up to make people happy. That's how a good, wedding DJ should work. Put on the EDM songs at the end, so the EDM bros.
Most of the older crowd had left already.
Yeah, but the compromise for their first dance was Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay. That was the one.
I don't hate that.
Meets Avicii.
Yep. Yeah. I don't mind that song on its own in the context of the album it's on. Weird as fuck, but I remember being surprised. I was like, I totally didn't realize that song was on there, so.
Yeah.
It just seems like a weird...
It's weird.
First dance.
Yeah.
It's a weird first dance song, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely weird first
They're
dance.
still married. They're still working.
But then we also had a non-traditional first dance.
Yeah, but we also had a dance flash mob.
True.
So it was good. I'm just saying our wedding was lit, guys. That's all you need to know. Sorry, Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow with your quiet private ceremony. Ours was much better. Also, they had 2 kids together. That's just crazy.
Apple.
And, I don't know. Jaden. I don't know.
Willow.
Well, I mean,
fun fact: Apple actually sings on Everyday Life. I forget which song.
As does Gwyneth, right?
Well, Gwyneth sings on Everglow.
Gwyneth sings on Everglow.
Yeah, after they divorced. Which is a very nice gesture.
Post-conscious uncoupling.
So it's good. I honestly, when I hear they're so cordial and everything, because a lot of times with Hollywood, celebrities, usually it's a bitter can. So honestly, that's great.
It probably was just that he tends to go on 18-month tours.
Which is, it's a strain.
That could be a problem when you're trying to raise children.
Yeah. Like when she does a movie shoot, she might be gone for 2 or 3 months, some maybe longer depending on the project. But also she's been picking a lot of lower key things, like when she's Pepper Potts in an Iron Man or Avengers movie, it's usually a week, maybe 2 weeks.
She's also technically filming 3 separate movies because she doesn't know.
She didn't know which one she was even filming for.
Yeah. She didn't know she was in Spider-Man Homecoming. She thought that was for Infinity War.
Yeah.
She had no idea.
For me, I thought that, honestly, genuinely, I thought they would last a lot longer. So when I heard that they're breaking up, I saw that news and I just went goop, and I ordered a lot of stuff from Goop.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, this has been fun.
So listen, like I said, any other things you want to bring up, Mitch? Any other stories? Any remembrances? Of
well, we were talking about because we were saying saving for the pod. I found out that Jacob Collier worked with them a lot on Everyday Life, and I just and he's someone. He's not Australian.
Oh,
he's like British. He's British.
Okay.
Anyways, I just recently discovered him like a year or two ago, and I just think he's brilliant. Like I might not like every song, but I just think musically, he's like in a Sufjan way where when he records an album, he's playing every instrument. He's doing all the harmonies and stuff. Like he literally, it's all him. I just think like having an artist like that who's also like embracing like jazz, which is not really a big thing to do, and he's kind of putting it mainstream. I think it's pretty brilliant. And it's like when I found out the songs that he helped with, I'm like, oh, I now clearly can tell that he like had his hand in it in a little bit of way. Mm-hmm. So I think he's great. So I think and also people love working with him. That's like it's weird ass people on his songs.
Also, Will Campion was an actor in the Red Wedding episode of Game of Thrones.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a part of the band.
I just also wanted to quickly throw out, because they have a bunch of weird little moments where they got really famous people to do like the smallest thing possible on a song. Like, for example, a big example is the underutilization of Beyonce on Him for the Weekend. Mm-hmm. But they also, for example, Madeon is credited with extra magic on Always in My Head and on Ghost Stories. And then they have
that extra magic.
Which song does Timbaland play drums on?
Oh, that is True Love. Off of Ghost Stories, which also, for the record, I'm not sure if we mentioned, it has the worst guitar solo of all time.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Oh, we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
It literally is like, did you detune your guitar on purpose to play this fucking?
So that's the do 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 do.
Remember, Ghost Stories, every song sounded the same to me.
So but the guitar solo literally sounds like. Like it's like that bad.
Yeah.
You know what we did watch today? We watched the music video for True Love, which was kind of
offensive.
Oh
no!
Was Timbaland in there?
No.
But they were wearing
Chris
Martin and this model were both wearing these like blow up fat suits, like inflatable, and then they were like being treated like second class citizens. Like, that's the plot of the video, is that they, like, she shows up to an audition, and they take one look at her, and they're like, no thank you. And, like, he's the janitor at a ballet studio, and, like, everyone judges him because he's wearing this big inflatable fat suit. And then he and the model, like, meet each other, and then they do a performance at the end. And it's like, I'm offended. Why? First of all, okay, so you wanted to do representation. But you didn't, though, because you cast this, like, gorgeous model to play the other person. Like, I get that Chris Martin wanted to play the role and, like, didn't want to do a fat suit, but, like, you could have cast maybe at least someone, like, curvy in the other role. Like
that, I mean, they're not really known for their music videos.
I was about to say that too. Like, genuinely, like, Yellow is iconic,
and then Scientist is really good.
So you say that, except they have 4 music videos with over 1 billion views. So okay. I don't really think we can say they're not known for their videos.
I mean, yeah.
But are they watching the videos or are they listening to the songs via YouTube? That's because that's the thing. Like the music video for Him for the Weekend isn't like. Especially,
but like, if you have, but no, the music video is the best part of that song.
Right,
it's way better than the song.
Yeah,
the music video is gorgeous. They shot it on location in India, so it's like stunningly beautiful.
And I love the music video for Something Just Like This.
Isn't it just literally a lyric video?
Yes.
Okay. Well.
And that's what I'm saying is that like they have songs that are like very popular, but it's not necessarily because of the visuals.
Okay, fine.
But like legitimately, like because the thing is with that Yellow was beautiful of him just kind of walking along the beach in slow motion as the sun was rising. Like there's something weirdly effective about that. But for the rest of their legacy, I'm just kind of like.
I remember The Scientist. That's just because the whole thing's in like
reverse.
It's like reverse and like, looks like a one shot.
That was a really cool video.
So my question, completely different topic now. So we said our worst, and it'd be easy to talk about what our favorite is. However, how about what is a song that we should, for someone who may not be a fan of Coldplay, that's not one of like their singles, would you suggest they listen to maybe have them like
do that turnaround?
Do that turnaround.
It's an outlier, but I would say anyone who gives an honest shot to Midnight. I think there's so much artistry and beauty there that it almost kind of like gives away to like, okay, maybe you can appreciate the rest of their discography. Personally,
we mentioned it, and that's I would almost say.
Remind me of one.
Well, I would say Major Minus, because I mean, which is sort of not fair because it's really an outlier. They have other songs that rock, but not really that rock like that. Mm-hmm. But that's definitely one where I feel like you could play that for someone who has a certain opinion of Radiohead and just be like, okay, but they also can do this, and change their mind a little bit and maybe open them up to exploring a little bit more.
How about you, Mitch?
I'm looking. I mean, was Shiver one of their singles?
Yes.
Yeah,
was it?
It was a
Yeah.
huge hit in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because that for me, like I remember, like not Rush of Blood was a bigger deal in the U.S. than Parachutes, but like I kind of caught on her. But I would say Shiver is one.
I think that's a fair answer.
But also
I don't
like
think
Green Eyes too. I think is another just like a really kind of, even though it just like it's such a sweet. Like it still kind of gets the Coldplay-ness in there, but yeah, I would like for me be Shiver or Green Eyes.
Also, if I was trying to tell someone to like check out Everyday Life, because I do really think that for like fans of music, it's worth hearing because it is such a not Coldplay album. It's like again, that's a way to sort of like maybe open your opinion of Coldplay a little bit. I would play them Arabesque because I think that it really is a different side of them.
I really enjoyed listening to Everyday Life.
Surprisingly.
Of their albums, that's the one I was like least
Most surprised by.
Yeah.
Most surprised, but also like I knew least about. Like had no connection.
Well, it didn't have a hit.
And so like because they were on like SNL and they kind of did like their two like most upbeat songs, and I was like, okay, didn't really like kind of latch into it, but I feel like as a whole, as an album with those songs on it, it all just kind of works, it all just kind of flows. Maybe it's not as successful, but like I said, but just like I love that they tried something different, they tried something new. Totally. It was like an experiment without it being like super experimenty, like it's still Coldplay, so I still got to see who they were, but like wasn't like what the fuck did you do? But yeah, I think that is one I would like, definitely like, you know what, just give it a try. Just listen. You might not like it, but
it's worth a shot.
It's worth a shot.
I would say I would like to close on one final question, and I want to direct it towards Taryn. But genuinely, I need to know, would you argue yes or no that Don't Panic is the best song off of the Garden State soundtrack?
Oh, off the Garden State soundtrack.
I don't know. That I know for sure that like none of the Shin songs are the best.
Yeah.
That soundtrack is kind of stacked.
That's really hard.
Like,
that's hard.
Let Go by Frou Frou is a truly formative song for me off of that formative record. Ooh. I would say that's up there. I would say even though it was much older, Only Living Boy in New York by Simon and Garfunkel is a contender for best song on there. I would say the acoustic Colin Hayes number, I just don't think I'll ever get over you. Like, depending on the day, that could win. I think the Nick Drake song on there, like, that's a really hard question.
But 07, they had their song
my god,
on there.
in the waiting line. Like, how do I pick?
Mine, I would just, I think also, because I have not watched the movie since college, which I'll keep it there, because I know it's not going to be good. I'm going to keep it there.
Yeah.
But, like, with Let Go, and then having her come up on the escalator.
Yes.
Like there's just something about how it all works that like it does have that part.
Well, and then like in the movie, the editing is kind of genius because then when it cuts away from him and goes back to her in the phone booth, it goes back to the beginning of the song, the instrumentals. So he really like knew what he had there and used it.
I will never watch it again because it has that special. Because I was in college, I love this movie. Same with Donnie Darko. I'm never going to rewatch it. It has a special place in time. But I would say Let Go is the best song off that soundtrack. But
yeah, I think I would too.
Okay, well now we know it. Sorry, Coldplay, you suck. You don't win the Garden State Wars. But most importantly, though, I want to say I'm glad we had this discussion. And Mitch, again, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you took part in this.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I had a blast. Because I have been such a fan with Coldplay. I did step back. So this is one. There's quite a few high school, college bands I love. But as you kind of grow, you just somehow kind of get pushed aside.
Yeah.
So to kind of come back and relive a lot of those songs and the albums, and then discovering something like with everyday life, which was kind of a pleasant surprise, has been a pleasure.
Well, and this was definitely one for me where, I have been a fan of them. There have always been songs that I liked. I loved Viva La Vida when it came out. But then throughout the later four, I sort of heard the singles and wasn't impressed, and then
so
never checked it out.
Why would you?
And but right, A, why would you? But B, my two favorite songs from them before that, Don't Panic and Lovers in Japan, weren't hits.
Right.
So I should have known that there
It's
was
not gonna
gold
be the
here.
same,
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't really ever bother to check them out until now. And I'm really glad we did, because I truly, all 8 of these albums have things worth listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Except X and Y. But the thing is, I would say is that, and thank you for the fans who are still listening to us, even while we took a 6-month break as well. It's been really incredible to see. We really appreciate it. And also, I want to say, as much as, we love and disparage Coldplay in equal measure, all I can say is that Chris Martin, if you're listening, give us permission to use one of your songs as the theme for a forthcoming season. That'd be great. We'll let you know.
Gosh. Don't panic.
Yeah, don't. Oh my god, if we could do that.
Good...
And watch out of his pure bitterness towards us after hearing this. He's going to give us the rights to use Everglow, and that's it. Just to spite us, that motherfucker. He's not the nicest guy in rock anymore. Can't do it. In the meantime, though, guys, thank you so much for listening. As always, leave a review. Let us know. Throw a comment in the Twitter, in the Facebook, in the SoundCloud, in the iTunes, whatever Apple Music review thing. I don't know how you're listening to it, but you're listening to it. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. Mitch, Taryn, as always, keep on listening. You know what we do. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye. Oh, we're monsters. We're all monsters.